Thanks for joining us. I'm Rick Hancock. We've all used the expression, if you don't know it, Google it. That's right. Well, Google is now revealing which questions and topics people Googled the most this year. And joining us now is lead designer John Wiley. He's in San Francisco. And John, it's early in San Francisco because it's early here in Hartford. How you doing?
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So we're calling this Zeitgeist. And exactly what is that and how do you compile this list?
Exactly. So Google Zeitgeist, Zeitgeist is German for spirit of the times. And what we do is we focus on, Google does this every year, and we focus on the fastest rising queries of the year. So we look at a lot of sources of information. We take the billions of search terms that are coming into Google. We look at Google Insights for search. We look at Google Trends. We look at number of internal data sources. And we look at what we call the fastest rising queries. So these are the queries that change the most, the terms that change the most from 2010 to 2011. These are the it terms of 2011, the things that define the moment.
Okay, so what is it and what was changed so much from year to year?
So in 2011, the fastest rising queries, the top 5, is Rebecca Black was at the top of the list. She came out of nowhere. She was, in 2010, no one had heard of Rebecca Black. And in 2011, she had this viral video. It was a hit. People were sharing it. They were talking about it, and they were listening to it. And so they're going to Google and trying to figure out, who is Rebecca Black and why should I listen to this video? Number 2 on the list was Google+.
Okay.
So Google introduced a brand new product this year, Google+, and lots of people going to Google to find out more about it. Number 3 on the list was Hurricane Irene. Affected millions of people on the eastern seaboard. 4 on the list was Pinterest. It's a startup that started in 2010, and it's a virtual image pin board where people can find the things that they're interested in and pin that to their pin board and share that with others. And number 5 on the list is Ryan Dunn, a reality television show actor. He died at a young age. His fans were shocked, and lots of people were coming to Google to find out who Ryan Dunn was and what was his story.
Yeah, I actually probably Googled 4 of those. Rebecca Black, the Friday song, and actually I have your Google Plus profile over my shoulder, and I'll add you to my circle, and hopefully you'll add me to yours once we're finished with the interview.
Thank you.
What about some of the what about some of the fads and diets and workouts? It's always popular, especially at the end of the year when people have packed on some extra pounds.
Absolutely. So the fastest rising, diets and the most popular diets in terms, Ducan was the most popular diet. That came from France. Second on that list was the 4-hour diet, followed by the 17-day diet. And I think you can see, it's like if you had a choice between 17 days and 4 hours, you're going to go with a 4-hour diet. Other fads that we saw, the Angry Birds costume was the most popular costume of 2011. And a surprising change in the most popular recipes. For many years now, it's been chili, personal favorite of mine since I'm from Texas. But chicken recipes is now at the top. In fact, chili is moved to number 4. It's chicken recipes, followed by meatloaf, followed by banana bread.
And very quickly, we have a few seconds. The people, who were the most searched for people for the year?
Absolutely. So the most searched for people for the year, Rebecca Black, obviously topping that list. Ryan Dunn, of course. Pippa Middleton. These are on, across the world. And Casey Anthony. There was a trial, the Casey Anthony trial. Osama bin Laden, was at the top of the list as well. Adele and also Steve Jobs, the former CEO of Apple.
Right. Well, John Wiley, thank you very much for getting up early and sharing all the zeitgeist from Google this year, and look forward to being your circle buddy on Google+. Take care. Eric.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks.